Welcome back, everyone. Going to the second half here of Dropped Frames. Was there no countdown code? Or were you just surprised? What was the...
I wasn't paying attention at all.
okay.
I was watching a trailer.
Makes sense. Makes sense. What trailer were you watching?
I was watching a trailer for a game called Villain.
Okay.
It looks to be some really weird game where it's like you build a mansion full of horrific things, and you like, and monsters live there, and then people come in, and you have to kill them and scare them in different ways to make money, and it looks interesting.
Okay.
So
it's a
I'm trying to
resource
convince
sim.
Zeke to try it.
Interesting. Wait, is that a Kickstarter game or what? What is that? Steam?
I have no idea. I was on GOG and I was looking through the new titles, and it was on there.
I see. All right.
Looks weird and crazy.
Well, speaking of new titles, Co, let's talk about some State of Decay 2. Don't play this game multiplayer. That's how I'll start this conversation.
Yeah, let's start with like
because this is the multiplayer right here. It's you staring at the TV awkwardly while nothing happens.
Let's do a compliment sandwich. Well, it looks nice. The multiplayer is fucking broken and terrible, and it looks nice.
Yeah, this is a lot of my time spent playing this game multiplayer was doing exactly what I'm doing here. Was alt tabbing, going back to the Xbox app to sometimes be able to join the game, to sometimes boot it up, to sometimes saying, oh fuck, I'm supposed to boot the game first and then join on top of them. So I don't know if I should if I need to discredit Microsoft for making it be this crazy fucking system, or if I need to discredit the devs for using, it was a bad time, man. There was nothing good about that game multiplayer.
You know, JP, I kind of got to stop you here because it's not really fair to, when you have one company that makes the game, you've got one company that owns the console, and then one company that owns the operating system, and then another company that owns the deployment platform.
Yeah.
And when they're all trying to talk to each other, and Microsoft is just an indie dev, so I don't know how you plan on them keeping up.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. It's a fair statement. It's first.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. Microsoft makes all that, Co.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Shit. I forgot about that. Yeah. So here's the thing with playing this multiplayer. We played 7 hours worth. And we only were able to experience what you've experienced, Co, through one person. Because the other people can't access any of the actual, base decisions and, the different... See, I don't even know what to call them because I never did that stuff. But basically, when you play this game multiplayer, you're joining someone's game, and it pops up multiple times and says, you're here to help the player. Do so by going and collecting resources. That's pretty much all you do, is you go and get resources and you bring it back to the base. And then another person whose screen you'll never see kind of makes all that decisions, and that's kind of how you go along. The best...
JP,
What's up?
Would you pause your music real quick?
Oh, you can... Okay. I still don't understand how you guys can hear that.
I actually hear that too this time.
I have no... I still don't know where that happens. Or how that happens. Sorry.
No.
This was the best part of the game. The multiplayer was driving around like this. It just so happens that about 70% of the time, which is a little bit of lower than it should be, it just desynced, and people would end up in different parts of the map. People would DC. There was a time where, as I'm sure you know, when you're driving, you can open your door, and you can kind of clip zombies. Well, there's multiple scenes where all four of us were just spamming the door and just constantly opening and closing it as four. Had a great time doing that until the server was like, yeah, we can't handle that. You're all going to DC now, and the car's going to start flipping up in the air, and people are going to just disperse onto the map. And that's what happened. We've got some clips to kind of highlight a lot of this stuff. Keep in mind, don't discredit this game just yet, because Co is having a pretty good time. I shouldn't say great. I'll let him say that. But he's having an okay time with this game. I'm going to load this up. here's us flapping the car trying to make it fly, and you'll just start to see the desync pretty soon. Because, man, it gets great. It goes completely bonkers in just a second. It started to desync right now.
Dude, it's
Like,
are you trying to like remember those cars from those old toys called Mask with the
Yes!
you flip the doors up and fly? Like I think that's what you're oh my god, where do you go?
it starts completely fucking about. Like, we don't know what was going on. It was all over the place. It was,
It looks like a clip show. It looks like it's not happening all at once.
it's crazy. It did some weird shit for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of I can't say good things about this game from a multiplayer aspect. And that's pretty much what our experience was for about 7 hours. We never found or had any difficulty in the game doing anything. You would one-tap monsters. You would walk up to like some of the bigger monsters, or I guess the bigger zombies, and they never killed us. We never had anyone die until we actually tried to kill someone at the end of our stream. And it took so long that by the time someone had actually died, they were underneath the world and we couldn't res them. So like, it was just a complete
They couldn't even
shit
die
show.
right.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, I forgot about like the core elements of the game because there was so much random bullshit happening. The host in multiplayer has kind of a sphere around him wherever they're at in game. And if you go out of that sphere, you get tethered back to the host. So if they're in a like part of the map, you can't go outside of that part of the map or it'll just tether you back. The loot is
real quick,
shared between people.
Yeah, what's going on with it? Because that looks like I don't see any of that stuff in single player. When you go into a house, does it like assign different containers?
Yeah,
to different
and we
people?
couldn't figure out an order to it. Sometimes we would all enter a house and there'd be like 2 or 3 things for each person to go to that were color coded. And then other times I would go into a house by myself and they would all be color coded for the host. And so I couldn't loot anything, which made for a really bad experience because that's kind of a lot of the game is the looting process.
So wait, if you go into a house, if you guys like pull your car into an area with 4 houses,
Yeah.
you can't just each go into a house and loot it?
Right. You all have to go to the houses individually and make sure that which to me, the design decision, like Diablo 3 figured this out years ago. Just give everyone the same fucking loot and everyone's happy. Like, I don't understand why you would ever split that. That was a weird thing. I didn't get that part.
Wait, do you mean like if you went into the house with 4 loot areas, each player would be able to loot 4 loot areas of their own?
Sometimes. Other times, no. Other times you'd enter a house and you would have nothing, but the host would have everything. And you'd have to go like, hey, Shorty, this house has a bunch of yellow stuff in it if you want to come and loot all this crap. And he'd go, okay, I'll be over there. And then loot would respawn. Does loot respawn in the single player? Okay. There was a couple times where we'd go inside to loot a house and then we'd come back like a minute later and we'd have to loot the house again or something like that.
I don't think that's happened a single time in single player.
Yeah.
Not normal overworld loot.
So again,
in fact, when you clear an area in single player, the house icon turns from white to gray and it just stays gray for the rest of the time.
Okay. Yeah, like don't play this game multiplayer. The other thing is when you play this game multiplayer and you go back into your own single, see here's its desynced and you have to completely close the game and reload back into it every time this happens. I think I did that about 20 times over the course of 7 hours.
Jesus.
But when you go into a multiplayer game, you do a couple things. You get multiplayer rewards. So then when you go back into your single player game, you get a little bit extra, like med packs or stamina, whatever, a little bit of ammo, stuff like that. So there's a benefit for doing it, but like it's so related to your single player game that multiplayer is just, it's just me laughing my ass off.
So basically, what you're telling me is there's no actual co-op game because you're not cooperating towards any common goals. It's just there's a helper system where you help someone with their goals.
Yes, that's
kind of like in Far Cry.
Yeah, but in Far Cry, the goals are like understood. In this game, we had no, like, for 7 hours, we were still at the end, like, I don't really know what the goal of, like, I couldn't tell you what the goal of this game is because I never got to see the menus that like a single player, like someone like yourself or someone like Shorty, who's the host of our game, saw. And the other thing that sucks is in the multiplayer, unless you join that game again, you're starting back at the very beginning because only the host keeps that save file. And you can't join it. It doesn't download to your game at all. Only the host keeps it. So it's just like, what the fuck, man? It was just a weird experience from start to finish.
And this releases in 3 days?
Yeah. But on the flip side, the single player that you've played seems pretty good. And like Dan seems to enjoy it and Baru seems to enjoy it. So I feel like we've played 2 completely different games. I really do. I really absolutely do. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Okay. But I'll get started here.
I'm going to load up some of your footage so people can see how different it is.
To begin with, let me just say this real quick. 90% of what you just heard doesn't exist in single player. Just doesn't exist. There's no crashing. There's no looting issues. There's no desync. There's no weird bubble. There's no having to worry about your progress saving. Single player feels like a complete game for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's some bugs and some weirdness, but it's a zombie survival game that has base building elements where you explore a map and try to keep your community alive. I have 20 hours in this game. I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But mostly because I'm just taking it for what it is. You know, like I'm enjoying this game in the same way that I did games like No Man's Sky, where the game itself is not the best. It's not super great. But if you set your own goals and you just work towards those goals, like it's kind of entertaining to spend time doing that. Like for me, I spent in what I picked in this game is I said, I want to get the biggest base I can get. I want to fill it up with all the upgrades I can get. And I want to see where it goes from there. Yeah, Elix was the same way for me too. And here's the thing. I've been having a really good time. I'm finding new vehicles that all have different kinds of things. I just got my big base at the end of the stream yesterday. It's got like 8 different slots and all of them can be upgraded multiple ways. You know, I can get 5 different outposts now. So I'm like supplying my base with power and water to make hydroponic stuff and then upgrading that. And then, you know, I have an outdoor farm and an indoor farm. I make all my own food.
See, I didn't know that was in the game.
I've got workshops that are building weapons. I've got fuel stuff that's going. You know, I'm going around the map and helping out people. I'm getting upgrades 18 hours in that I've never seen before. There's a lot of decent game in here. There's a lot of decent sandbox exploration mechanics. The combat is, since it's single player and there's no lag, is super crisp. And once you get dodging down, you know, you can like dodge around zombies and backstab them. You know, it looks all kind of matrixy and fun and like I know what I'm doing, which I rarely do. And you know, the gunplay is good. You know, I've got an armory back at my base now. I get to just pick and choose weapons when I go out. My weapons all have upgrades and shit on them. Like it's fun single player.
Yeah.
You can just take it for what it is. But there are some kind of glaring issues. And one of them is actually like what you said. There's no real purpose outside of some very loose goals. Like your first goal is like, make a base. Cool. And then your second goal is like, destroy every plague heart on the map. Which is like, there's probably 20 plus of those just hidden all over the entire map.
Right.
And, you know, and that's not really a goal. And, you know, and at that point you're playing for the sandbox where, you know, random folks will come in and radio you and need work. And they each have their own little quest lines you can follow. And those may give you bonuses or have people to join your places. And then you're talking about balancing all the different people in your base to make sure you have the right skills at the right levels to build the new stuff. And it gets to be pretty fun. It gets to be pretty fun. I've played it, like I said, 20 hours so far. Yeah. I'm playing it tomorrow morning and I'm still really enjoying it. Yeah, as a single player game, it's from what I've been told, I didn't play a lot of State of Decay 1, but from what I've been told, if you like State of Decay 1, this is State of Decay 1.0. 1.5. Like it's the stuff that made State of Decay 1 fun, plus some new mechanics, some new systems, and some new flair.
Yeah.
And there's State of Decay 2. Also, it's important to keep in mind this is a $30 game, not 60, and you can get it for $10 if you do that Microsoft monthly.
The Game Pass.
Microsoft has a version of PS Now coming out.
Yeah.
And you can get that, and this will be available on it. So if you're really not sold on the game, but you like State of Decay 1, you can play the full version for $10. And I think you can just, I don't quote me here because I haven't looked at the pricing, but I'm hoping you can just sign up for a month, play this game for a month, and then immediately cancel, and then you get the game for $10 essentially, and get to play a few other games before your month is up if you want to.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's, and it's, I'm enjoying it. It's not the best game, but if you just take it for what it is, it's pretty enjoyable.
Now, can you finish a map? Like,
yes, you can. Not only can you finish a map, but you can actually unlock traveling to other maps. So once you get a map like quote unquote cleared out, then you can actually do a little mission to where you take all your people and resources and like go to clear another map. Now I've heard, and I haven't really had anyone confirm this, and actually I was kind of excited because I was talking about this on stream, and then last night someone sent me a message and they were like, Baru is doing what you were talking about, because Baru actually went to another map in his game. I'm gonna like probably work on clearing my map before I move, and I'm working on base building and stuff, totally different. But what's unfortunate is when Baru switched the map, apparently some shit hit the fan or something. I don't know exactly what happened, and he, I think, ended up restarting. He actually restarted the whole thing.
Oh wow!
Because what I've heard is when you go to another map in single player, the second map is supposed to be a lot harder, and bases are supposed to be bigger. And then if you make it to the third map, then apparently it's like the end game. But see, I can't confirm this, and I don't know anyone yet that has actually made that progress. So I'm kind of hoping someone does, because I'd love to have that stuff confirmed.
Okay. See, I mean that, like we know, like, is there difficult times in the game for you? Like,
yes.
Are you close to death?
Absolutely. I've almost died multiple times. And there's when you're fighting like a horde of zombies in a small area, and you're only one person, and every single zombie is gunning for you.
Yeah.
Like it can get pretty tough. Like there's been multiple times when I've been doing a plague heart, and I'll make just a little bit too much noise, and all of a sudden I'm in the back of a single story house, and there's like 15 red zombies that are all running at me. No matter how far or how fast you fire your gun, or how much you're swinging your machete around, like you're going to take hits, and those will add up. Today I almost lost a guy twice. Because a special zombie. Did you get special zombies in your game? I'm assuming you did, right?
Yeah, we got like one that has like gas that pops up. We saw one that was like really bulky, like a giant zombie basically, and you couldn't hit him with a car. The car would just kind of stop. That type of stuff.
Yeah. Those zombies later get pretty tough, and when they start attacking in packs and stuff, it gets pretty hard. By the way, something you guys just witnessed: there are bugs in the single player.
Oh yeah, the car flip. Yeah,
and some of the worst bugs are physics based with the vehicles. There have been multiple times, like see this little area right here. At one point, I drove straight into the back against that little concrete barrier that's not waist high, and the car actually flipped up, then cut forward like 10 feet, and then just landed on the other side of it. And I was just like, awesome, nailed it. Like that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's it's a comedy horror game.
You're going to do a barrel roll while driving.
Yeah.
That way. It's going to happen. You're going to barrel roll more than a few times. It's just part of the game. So, oh, wow. The Xbox Game Pass is a 14-day free trial, so you can play the game for free for 2 weeks and then cancel it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Price is right. This game is definitely worth nothing.
It's good. A good price is free. A good price is free.
No, the price is right at nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
here's the other thing with the multiplayer. Like the game was not very good, but it had enough of like the physics-based issues that when that shit would happen, like I was in tears every single time it happened. So if that's something that you enjoy with your friends, then maybe it's worth checking out, but don't expect the game itself to give you fulfillment. Expect the bugs of the game to give you fulfillment, if that makes sense. Also, what is that guy's look?
You can play as Fred Armisen?
I've got some weird people. He is super pissed. He's an overworked dude that hates everyone. And every time someone gets me a mission, I have to go talk to him. And he's like, I don't trust these people. You shouldn't help them.
Yeah,
like every single time he wants me to talk.
That guy.
It's kind of funny. have their personalities. So, and they each
Sure.
have like side missions and stuff. So it can be pretty fun.
They nailed that character with this pose, and then his name was A Dan with a little symbol above the A. So that's
And the best part is he has this trait called overworked, and what that does is it means so the overworked trait means that he counts as 2 people whenever you're doing stuff around the base, but he's always pissed about it. That's what overworked is. It's just this constant state of being pissed off forever.
Nice. Yeah. That's I think that's a pretty good representation of the 2 sides of State of Decay. Because a lot of the stuff, like I've never seen well, now it's gone, but I've never seen that like resource management that was right here on my screen. Yeah. I never have seen that.
That's what's keeping me playing the game. Okay. Like if you go to later videos like today and you look at my base now, it's like twice the size of that one. And each one of the locations can have like, I think there's like 15 different buildings, and then you can specialize a sheriff. And when you have a specialized one of 4 classes of sheriff, then you can not only pick a special project to work towards, but they make special buildings. So like you can build an outdoor barracks, and then you can upgrade that to have more beds. Or if you have a fighting leader, then you can make Spartan beds, which give you a lot more beds at a cost of morale. Or if you have a trader leader, you can have one less bed, but they're really nice beds, so you get a morale bonus. And there's all these little choices you can make later on that really kind of let you tailor what you want to do with your base. So it, like, again, it's unfortunate there's so many issues in multiplayer, because there are some pretty damn cool parts to this game if you're like a base builder, sandboxy kind of person.
Yeah. I don't know if this is apparent to people that have never watched a stream of this game, but you don't play a singular person in these games. You can swap around. When Ko was looking at the different people there, you can, you have to, because your character will get tired, or they'll get hungry, or certain things that will like drop your health to a certain amount, or drop your stamina to a certain amount, or they'll just be sick and they won't be able to like walk that fast. So you have to swap to another character and either put them in like in the infirmary. Apparently I didn't do any of this. This is all stuff that Shorty did. And then during the time of you playing that other person gets better, etc. And that's kind of like we were swapping a decent amount in multiplayer even. And it did bring my community in to the multiplayer game, but I don't know how that works going back to the single player, because I never did. So
weird. Yeah.
It's kind of I don't know, kind of a weird thing. Oh, that's a cool looking truck. We never saw a green.
Dude, there's
truck.
lots of cool vehicles. In my current one, I have like a Subaru WRX clone. I've got like a Mazda Miata. I've got an army vehicle. And then on each of those, I'm actually in the process of getting my hydroponics bay upgraded so I can tear my farm down and put it in an auto bay, because every vehicle can be upgraded multiple times. And upgrades give like armor and better performance and bigger slots, and like some of the stuff get like unique like snow plows and stuff on the front of them, and spikes and shit and weapons on them. It looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that part.
Well, all right. You got to keep playing it then? You said you're playing it tomorrow, right?
I'm gonna play it at least tomorrow morning, and I may even play it more than that. If I keep finding stuff to do, I'm gonna keep playing it. And like I said, today was hours 16 through 20, and just constant new stuff. Constant new big stuff like grenade launchers, anti-material rifles. I got an upgrade for my home base today that just unlocked more outposts, which is massively important. And as long as I keep finding stuff like that, man, I'm going to keep playing it.
All right. Well, that's State of Decay 2. It comes out to everyone Friday, right? This launches Friday? Yeah. Cool. Zeke, which day should I choose? From Indie Sun or Indie League?
Just go day one. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Now, we did talk about a couple of games last week. We talked about the Mom Simulator.
The Mother Simulator, that was great.
Yeah.
Yep. And we talked about, I believe we talked about, was it Lightfall that we talked about maybe?
I'm not sure. Let me boot up the VOD, see where we're at. Okay, so this was Mother Simulator. Funny enough, I saw this game, like, Gassy Mexican did a Mother's Day broadcast with his mom and played this game on stream. It was also
genius, dude.
It was also all over YouTube as well. So this game's getting a lot of play.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of play.
It's hilarious. It's a really funny game. Is there anything before this?
Let me go before. There's you talking. There's this. What is this?
Yes, this game. This game is called Lightfall, I believe.
Oh, this looks cool.
Let me.
Oh,
yes,
this is a
it is called
platformer.
Light. Yes, it's called Lightfall, and it's 2 words. But it's a platformer, but it's a very, very quick moving. This is going to be a fucking awesome game to watch people speedrun because the movement in it is so fast. It reminds me of like the quickness of Super Meat Boy and how fast it is, and how fast you can traverse levels because you produce platforms underneath you, and you get 4 of them. So in order to get past obstacles, you like produce platforms and stuff like that. I fucked that up. I did this part the hard way the first few times I did it, not knowing that I could just hold down B and keep the platform in front of me. I just kept pressing B like an asshole, but I got through it. But you run really, really fast. You can once you produce a platform, it appears under you and you can jump off of it. So you can go really, really quickly through all the levels if you know where to go and where to put stuff. That's something I really like in platforming, is less precision and more speed.
Yeah.
I think it definitely, there's a lot of platformers that lack that speed element that really gets exciting, because once you start understanding how it works and how the platforms appear under you and how quickly you can actually go, I started like burn through levels just because of that. If for anybody who's a reader, I don't know if we got any readers in the audience, but I know, right? but it's not forced upon you. That's the thing. That's the good thing about it. The lore you can do completely without it and just enjoy the gameplay, and it's fantastic. The gameplay is fantastic. It's really responsive, it's really quick, a lot of fun. But if you're a reader, there is some deep lore in this game, and you see those little statues right there with the triangles at the top.
Yeah.
And the fireballs below, that's the collectibles within this particular section. So in this particular level, there's 3 story items and 3 prisoners you have to free. The fireballs are the prisoners, and the triangles are the story elements. So once you find a story element, you have to bring it back to that thing, and then you can read. And they're like paragraphs of like lore and shit if you're into that kind of stuff. And I read them, and it's like folklore, like folk tales from this place that you're in and what happened and why the darkness is taking over or whatever. But you can totally forget all that shit if you want to. You can just do it for the gameplay, and the gameplay is fucking great. The game is called Lightfall. One more time.
That looks pretty good.
It is 2 words. It came out the 26th of April by Bishop Games, and it is $14.99 on Steam right now.
Any idea how long it is?
I don't. I played it for 2 hours, which is pretty good for an indie day.
Did it ever kind of change like tile sets? Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I just went back in the broadcast. There's a little bit of
Look at that.
Oh, I love this kind of stuff where you can just traverse everything, just you go super fast. Great.
It's pretty cool.
Is it just me, or do you get? It's probably just me, but are you getting faster the longer you run?
No, there's just a speed mechanic. You run normally, and then you hold down the trigger and you run fast.
Okay. I was thinking there was a cannonball.
And also there's different different box mechanics. So you don't just have it appear underneath you. You can have it like you can hold down Y and have it appear in front of you, and then move it in a location you want it. So you have control. It's not as fast, but you have control over boxes in case you need to put it on top of something.
Oh, quite a secret.
And there's a prisoner. That's a prisoner you free. One of the little extra things.
That's cool.
Also, someone in chat said it took them about 6 hours to beat. So that's like $3 an hour.
Yeah.
It can be good.
Yeah.
It looks like there's replayability if you go for better times. Does it time you?
It's like a speed.
I
Is there anything
think
like
so, yeah.
metric? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a time attack.
Awesome, man.
This thing does one of the things that I like about platformers, where the player avatar is very tiny and the entire level in the art around it is like blown up. I don't know what game started that, but whatever that's called in these type of games, it's one of my favorite things. Like Ori did a little bit of that, where you would see things kind of happening in the background that were very subtle. That type of stuff is really fucking cool.
Yeah, the scale of it is pretty neat. How they mess with the size of you and the background and what's going on and things like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then you played this, which we talked about last
Mother
week.
Simulator. Yep.
Yeah. So if you want to watch that, we played it last week. What the fuck is this?
Zeke, we had a question. Real quick
God. Okay, this will not take very long on this. This
We'll
game was this. What was your question, Cole? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man. We can talk about that later. I want to hear this.
Oh man, this game is called The Lonely Gorilla.
Wait, lonely in what sense? What is he? What are they implying there, Zeke?
I don't want to give this game too much time. This game is it's broken. It doesn't work. It's fucking completely broken. Nothing about it works.
Okay.
It's terrible. The game is broken. Lead your troop as a silverback gorilla, raising a family in the harsh African natural environment. Compete with rivals and defend against predators while avoiding poachers. It's broken. It doesn't work. The only thing that works is sitting down. And when you sit down, you can't do anything for like 12 seconds until you decide to get back up again.
What Zeke
You're supposed to be able to be aggressive, fight, mate, lead.
I also want to call to attention that Zeke's camera is above the controls here in the bottom right, or at least it was. So the controls were on the screen, just so that's aware to everyone.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing everybody. See? Look, I'm pressing the buttons. I'm pressing the button. Look, that button. Look at that button I'm pressing. And it's doing nothing. It's fucking broken. All right, let's move on.
Okay. What's the name of the game? Actually, nope. I'm not even going to ask. Never mind. What's your question, Co? You were going to ask before we
real
move on.
quick question about the last one. Somebody noticed that the soundtrack for the Light game was on sale. So I was kind of curious, Zeke, did the music stand out to you at all?
I don't fucking remember, dude.
As long
I
as
was yelling. I was yelling the whole time. I didn't hear any of the music.
Yeah.
I was just going, it doesn't fucking work. No. I am trying to chat was like
he's talking about the speedrunning game. Speedrunning
No, I
game.
was not talking about the soundtrack of the Gorilla game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about the platformer.
No, I know the Gorilla game's broken, but tell us about the music.
Yeah, how's the music?
There's another example of me yelling too much and not listening. The Lightfall soundtrack, it's good. It wasn't anything that was super standout. It wasn't it's not like, it's like ambient music. It's nothing.
Okay.
It's something that you put on to like fall asleep too.
Okay.
It's good background music in that it doesn't really stand out, and it complements the game well, but it's not something I would listen to on my own.
Okay.
I don't think he's done it before. He just wanted to say hi to Drop.
Well, there you go. Tell him about the Gorilla game, Zeke.
Oh my God, that kid is blonde.
I think the last time I saw him, he was just a little person.
That's right. Drop frames. That's right. Basically,
what did he call me? What did he just call me?
This is how Zeke goes crazy. He fights the baby.
I will fight your baby.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The last time you're coming over, man.
Yeah.
No, I did Mother Simulator, man. I'm good to go.
He's ready.
Play that.
He's
You're not
ready.
getting anywhere near my baby.
I can throw diapers into the trash from like across 2 rooms. Like, I'm good.
You can change diapers. That's fine.
Yes, I can. And I know to wash off everything before you put it in the baby's mouth. I'm good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Sometimes.
Gotta build that immune system.
That's right.
Zeke, this was
What else
the
do we
next
have?
game. What's this?
Oh, this game. This game is called I want to say it's Dead in Vinland, is that right?
Yes. Death in Vinland or something. What did you think about this one?
Dead in Vinland. This is one of those games that it's a turn-based survival strategy combat game. Now, the thing that really turns me off, or one of the things that really turns me off about games, is if they just drop you in with everything, like all the information. this game like drops you in, and the tutorial it's not spaced out very well. It's a huge tutorial like immediately. Just a ton of fucking reading like right away. It's not like, hey, chop some wood. Got it? Okay, next thing. It's like everything is just like you have all of it all at once, and it was just like, oh god, I have to slog through this just to get to play the game. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But it's a management game, base building, sort of kind of. You build like shops, like you build a wood shop, you build like a kitchen, you build all this kind of shit. You survive on this place with these 4 people. There is battle, but it took me an hour before I even got into a battle. And it was the last thing I did. The one thing the one big takeaway from this game is that I love doing when they start talking to each other. They have like their mouth is wide open.
That is a weird decision.
But their mouth animations, they only have like 4 or 5 of them. So it's like you see the character like open their mouth and then close it, and then like a little bit of a different animation. So honestly, it was just me going like half of the game was me just going ba beep ba 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 beep ba beep ba 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 beep. Like
wait, what is this? What was that weird camera tilt?
Camera tilt?
Yeah, you could tilt it like this in game or something. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, it's a weird, very minor like.
Oh yeah, now it's going like left to right.
Thing.
Yeah, that's.
And
weird.
wait, what was that big map you were just looking at?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, they throw a ton of shit at you like immediately in the game. I thought it was gonna be more like Darkest Dungeon, where it was, gradually like, here's a battle. Here's the basics of battle. Here's the basics of turning water into non-potable water into potable water. And they do that, but it's just a bunch of it all at once. It's do this. Here's your tutorial. Next tutorial. Next tutorial. Next tutorial. Next tutorial. And it was just a ton of tutorials, like all showing you everything. And it just got kind of like exhausting.
It's a JRPG then.
Yeah, okay. I mean, sort of. It's not. It's a lot of reading. But if you get through it, I'm sure that there is a lot of fun if you like inventory management and you like thinking about how much food you need, and how much water you need, and how happy your campers are, and what you need to build next, and that kind of stuff.
And you sold me.
If you got, I was gonna say, if you love a lot of options. This thing has shitloads of options, and it's all turn-based, so you can take your time and do the right thing, or do the thing you think is best.
Name of the game again, one more time for people watching, because I'm bad.
Name again is Dead in Vinland, Vinland. It's on Steam, and it came out the 12th of April, so it's a little bit more than a month old, and it is $19.99. So.
Wait a minute.
If you like those elements,
there's combat. Hold on. There's combat.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it took me a while to get there, but I finally got some combat, and the combat's actually pretty fun.
It looks like what's funny is when I saw this combat the first time, it looks like Darkest Dungeon plus Gwent,
sort of.
Like with the layout at the bottom and everything, and then it looks like each person had, like this.
I love that this guy's name is Knives Guy.
I totally pointed that out in my stream because I have a mod named Knives.
Oh, really?
I was like, Knives Guy. Hey, you're in the game, buddy.
I mean, he's a guy with knives, so he's the Knives Guy. I mean,
he totally is.
He's really
but
good.
You
with
see
the
my
knives.
face. Look at my face right now. I'm like, finally some battle, but Jesus, it took a while to get here.
Yeah, there's a lot on screen for sure. It looks pretty in depth. Even when you hover over that shit, like there's like 30 things or 2 effects for each one of those. There's a lot of shit to read. That seems intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, JP.
If you're not a reader
player now, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah.
I've been trained for this. Okay, I played the Path of Exile 2. That's the one. Yep.
I've been
Path of Exile 2.
I called it that every time when I played it. And then that was it, Zeke. That was it for the day, because then you went to your old favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Use words, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's not. No, Zeke. Don't even talk about it. Let's just move on. The people that
Let's
saw
go, keep
it.
going.
The people that saw it know what
Yep.
was said, and we're gonna move forward together as a people. We're just gonna.
Nice work.
Yeah. We're just
Good
gonna
choice, JP.
commit to move on. It's better that
Yep.
way.
Do you want to do day 2?
What? Yeah.
I mean, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. We got time.
Because if we're gonna do this, we got to knock out a couple days in a row.
We do. But there it is. Everyone's like,
This first game, you'll know this first game
I will or Co will?
from day 2, I believe. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I
I mean, I know Teen Wolf. What?
Monster Prom.
Okay. I've never. So
Yeah.
I've heard this game nonstop from Jesse Cox. No idea what the fuck it is.
Well, he's one of the producers on it.
Yeah, I think actually Aaron played this, and I still have no idea what the fuck this is.
Yeah, it's a fun choose your own adventure, tongue-in-cheek monster game where you go to a monster high school with all the monsters you can, like the demon, there's Frankenstein monster, there's vampires and mermaids and ghosts and shit. And it's, if I'd have sex with an animal, which animal would be? This is your personality test to decide what kind of monster you are.
What'd you go with here?
I
I'd go with the
went-
great white shark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a fucking animal, let's have a good story worth telling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do this is just the first part of the game where you figure out what kind of person, like monster, you're going to be playing.
All right, let me skip ahead a little bit then.
And then it's just you make choices. Like you have so many weeks before the prom or so many days before the prom, and you have to convince one of these high school monsters to go to the prom with you. And my first choice was the ghost girl. I was trying to get her to go to prom with me, so I would spend a lot of time like getting her attention, doing like missions with her in it, or little events with her around and stuff like that, trying to impress her and stuff. And it's like a choose your own adventure thing with you see in the top right corner there, smarts, boldness, creativity, charm. Those skills determine whether you can accomplish an event or a goal or whether you can't. And you have to kind of guess, like they give you 2 choices. It's like, would you like to do, punch the shark in the face, or would you like to swim away from the shark? And they don't tell you what skill it's based on, but you kind of have to like, okay, so punch a shark in the face, probably boldness. Swim away from the shark is probably creativity or smarts or something like that. And then you pick your choice, and it says like, hey, you did it, or hey, you fucking failed. So -2 to these abilities, or +2 to these abilities, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then the real fun of the game is the dialogue, the writing of it. There's definitely lots of good humor, monster stuff. It's a little bit more I wouldn't say adult themed, but it has like, well, let me just put it this way. In the shop, you can buy a used tampon. Because it's funny. Because that's funny.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
Sure.
It's only $1, and you buy it, and then the shop owner goes, "That's fucking gross. Why would you buy that?" And then I was like, "Why the fuck would you sell it?"
Yeah. No, it's
know?
all appropriate questions for sure.
But yeah, it's there's some potty humor, dirty humor, and the writing is good. It's very very comedic. Yeah, and there's little like you pick your table at lunch, and then different events happen at these particular tables.
Okay. Now,
So
I
I wanted to pick the one with the ghost girl, so I could get the ghost girl to go to prom with me.
That makes sense. I do have a question. Since drama,
It's not all voice acted. No, it is not all voice acted. There are minuscule voice acting parts, and yes, Jesse's in it, and yes, Dodger's in it.
This is great. This is my question. Since drama is all the rage on Twitch between broadcasters, how are their performances in the game, Zeke?
They're minimal. There's not a lot of actual
if
voice
you were
acting.
to give them
there's like little like
A through F, where would you what would you rank them?
the voice acting that is actually in it.
No, specifically Dodger and Jesse's.
A++. Like, can you get higher than A+?
There's S ranking. We'll do the Japanese ranking. There's an S rank.
It's an S rank for sure. No, I mean,
It's just no
it's
S plus from Zeke. Does he hate Dodger? Only time will tell.
Well, I mean, she just had a baby. What am I going to give her an F? Come on now. I'm not a monster. I did offer to fight your baby, though. Maybe I am a monster.
Someone already gave her an F, if you know what I'm saying, Zeke.
Woo!
That's how babies are made.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, the voice acting in it is minimal. I mean, these lines are not voice acted. I'm actually doing the voices for these, but there's little like interjection, like "all right" or "hey," you know, little things from here and there.
So
but it's not.
okay.
It's generally not voice acted at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much is this? What is this selling for? $30?
Oh shit! Yeah, Monster Prom. Monster Prom is $12.
Oh, really? I thought it was like $30. Okay.
Oh, and the other thing is that I didn't mention this, probably a huge selling point, is that it's multiplayer. You can play multiplayer.
Wait,
How do you
what?
play this multiplayer?
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't know. I never tried it.
Chat, how do you play this I need an essay on my desk by the end of the day on how this fucking works multiplayer.
300 words or less.
300 words or less, yeah.
He's not made it.
Got to keep it short. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful art, bold, unapologetic dialogue, and hard choices make up this multiplayer dating sim. Be your worst self.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So Adam Coble and Blue Jay played it, so I'm sure they have it up on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Don't ask for stuff you know you don't read. That's a true story. Ring song. I'm sorry. It needs to be a video, actually. No essays. It needs to be a video essay. Still 300 words or less. I might watch.
We don't read around these here parts.
Yeah, we don't read well. I'm moving on to the next game, Zeke.
Okay.
What is this Persona 5 game right here?
No, it's not Persona. It's nothing even close.
Who's this?
This game,
is this a new Mercer character in 5? What is this?
Totally is. Yes.
I bet he talks.
This is just.
How are you liking my pizza?
This is just a Persona 5 clone, so we can just move on. No, I'm kidding. This game is called, it actually far more fun than I thought it was going to be, called Pizza Titan Ultra. And basically what you are is a giant fucking mech, like a huge, like
you are saying
five-story
things that
like,
just don't make. It's a pizza game where you're a mech.
Will you let me finish?
I can't because I'm so fucking
Let me
confused.
finish.
You got to go back.
Okay, fast forward in the video a little bit then.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna fast forward a tiny bit.
You are a 5-story-ish mech that is also a pizza oven. You are delivering pizzas as a mech, as a Gundam or whatever.
This is the greatest.
This is your job.
What's this game called?
Pizza Titan Ultra.
This is the best.
It's actually quite a bit of fun. You go around and you accomplish these jobs, and the pizza delivery part is while you're doing missions, like the main mission, pizza deliveries give you more time. You see the time is always counting down.
Yeah.
So you deliver pizzas as you're doing these missions. Like one of the missions is like these mafioso guys in the town want you to destroy this part of town because they want to, get the building contracts on it and shit like that. So while you're destroying parts of town, you deliver pizzas to make your time last, long enough to destroy this part of town as according to the mission. But yeah, you're a fucking giant mech that wrecks everything in your path.
I've never done a bigger 180 than I did on this game. I clicked on it. I saw this and I was like, all right, it's like a visual novel here. Okay. I know exactly what this game is. You started talking and I'm like, nah, no, that's not what it is at all. And yet here we are. It's exactly that. What?
Dude, so I'm looking at the trailer of this. You see the pictures of the people in the bottom left there?
Yeah.
So there's a ton of those people. We've got the Parappa the Rappa lookalike Hip Hop Hound. And then we have Bruce Magoose, the talking goose, Captain Starlock, that looks like the white whale from Captain Ahab with a scar across his head. Then we've got Planet Man,
Ross Roberts.
Planet. Yeah, this is great.
There's Ross Roberts.
He's
the mission.
How many people are there?
These are the mission givers. This is the guy. He calls up the pizza place and says, hey, I need a pizza and I need you to do this. I need at least 3 special toppings, and the special toppings are like hidden around the map. So as you're hunting for these hidden toppings, you're delivering pizzas to extend your time. But once you have all of them, your mission's complete. But Ross Roberts, it's like they have little memes in there from time to time. It's actually more fun than I thought it was going to be.
What's the name of this game? Chat's asking. I'm
Pizza Titan Ultra.
Pizza Titan Ultra.
Oh, hold on, let me check my recently purchased list. Yeah, Pizza Titan Ultra. That's right, there it is.
Yeah, I want to see some more of this game. I want to see this mech gameplay. You know what this reminds me of a little bit? This is gonna sound odd. I see this and I think a tiny bit of Blast Core. Do you remember that from the N64? Where the entire game was literally how much you could destroy with the vehicles that you had?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It was incredible.
I do remember that game.
Wow.
I was thinking it would look like that game where you play the giant, you play like the giant, not Godzilla, but you play the big bad characters and you have to
Rampage?
bounce around the city destroying everything.
Rampage.
What was that game called?
Is it Rampage?
Rampage? I don't remember the name of it. It was a long time ago.
I think it's Rampage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh man,
They just made a movie
Were you
about
a
it. With
lizard
The Rock.
or King
Rampage.
Kong?
Okay,
or,
yeah, I think it was. Actually,
Yeah.
I think it was Rampage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Huh.
The music in it is pretty great too. It's especially the Pizza Titan Ultra Ultra theme song. It's pretty good.
What is Scamorza? What is that, a roach?
That's the mafioso that wants you to see, like, you see the objectives up top, like right above me?
Yeah.
Damage 47%. So you have to get enough damage to satisfy the mafioso, but you deliver pizzas to extend your time.
I like that you deliver the pizzas by just punching the apartment building.
Yeah, when you finally get the last pizza delivered, it shows your fist it shows you from inside the apartment, and then the fist just going just breaking through the wall.
Man, this is some peak video game shit right here. Like
I honestly didn't expect to have as much fun with it as I did, but I did.
You're just destroying entire neighborhoods of people
this is
on
great.
the way to delivering your pizza.
Man.
Yep. And then you gain all those little pickups like the cash, obviously the little stopwatches, more time. But you use the cash to it's all cosmetic shit to deck out your mech.
Your mech.
And if you go a little bit further,
Okay.
I think you'll see my decked out mech.
Man, you played this for a while. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see, like I've got a cat head, a giant cat head. I've changed the color scheme, like I'm all purple and pink and stuff.
Different map too, so there's different environments and stuff like that. Harder, I assume.
Yep. You unlock new places, new maps as you go along. The objectives change, like it says, collect $100, but also be safe, which means try not to destroy buildings this time. That kind of thing. So the objective changes and whatnot. And there's also like a challenge mode where you get the best time. You get gold, like bronze, silver, and gold medals, just like a level attack kind of thing. I mean, it's fun. It's been on the pricey side. It's $17.99, so it's $18 for and I say been on the price side for an indie game. Like indie games usually 15 or lower, but I think, I mean, you're looking at it. The music's good, the gameplay's fun, the dialogue, there's a lot of meme stuff. Like I'd say it's worth it. Totally get a thumb up for me.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Not what I expected when we first started that. Skipping ahead. What is this?
This game was, God, man, it had such a good idea, but it just didn't have enough content, and it was a little funky. This game is called 30 Seconds to Jail. And 30 Seconds to Jail, basically what you do is, I'll just read the description. An indie game about cops, drugs, and Bob Marley, where you have 30 seconds to hide your drugs. So this guy at the door he gives you a bag of weed. And then once you enter the door and he gives you a bag of weed, you have 30 seconds to get away with it because the cops come to your door 30 seconds later. So
that's kind of a smart, cool premise, I guess.
Yeah, it's fun. Like there's some cool stuff. Like you put the bag of weed one of the hiding spots is in your dog bowl, and then your dog gets fucking high. And I think the achievement is something like, why would you do that? Or oh God, what is it? It's it's called Dog. Defenders of animals clearly wouldn't like it. That's the That's the achievement you get for feeding it to a dog. So I mean, you can do all kinds of different stuff to hide your weed from the cops that come. You have you search your house for different things. There's a couple of really complicated ones. One of them is you summon the ghost of Bob Marley. And that takes like 10 different actions. Most of the shit is just like, give it to your dog or jump out the window. But this one is like, it takes 10 different actions. You actually have to do like a satanic ritual to summon the ghost of Bob Marley.
Yeah, you do. That's right.
But yeah, it's 30 seconds to jail. I mean, how long to play it for? I cannot believe I played this game for a fucking hour. It's because I wanted to get all the achievements because there's not that many of them. But
is this a female character you're playing?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
so
no, I saw the 5 o'clock shadow, but it looks, maybe it's just a little, what is that?
No, I think he just skips leg day.
Okay, maybe so.
The game is, but here's the other thing: $3. The game's $3. So I mean, even if you hate it, you're only out $3. So
gotcha. He's wearing capris. I think that's what's throwing me off. He's wearing those capri pants. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyways. I think this is the last game of the... No, actually not. What is this?
This one I think is Copy Kitty. Yes, it is. This one is called Copy Kitty.
There's a lot of shit
COPY
going on.
space KITTY. Copy Kitty is you can copy the special abilities of any foe and then combine up to 3 of them in a unique super weapon, blast through hordes of evil robots in cyberspace while training to become a superhero. So basically, it's like a mix between Kirby and Mega Man. You kill enemies, you get their powers, and then you see on the left-hand side where it says Boki 90. Boki is my name.
Okay.
Boki 90, and then below that there's 3 little slots that say whip, girder,
Girtar?
and explode.
Yeah. What the hell is girder?
You don't know what a girder is? Idiot. I don't either.
Okay.
But you combine your weapons together.
I was ready to be
like,
informed, Zeke, and you let me down.
Your explode goes 1. Like one little ball comes out and it goes, poof. And then if you have explode and cyclone, like it'll come out, explode, but it'll go with the cyclone. Like they combine the abilities. Like the gun actually combines the abilities. If you have like 3 of them, they'll all do completely different things as you get more different abilities, and it's all based on the enemies you're killing in the level.
Huh.
But I mean, it's a very brightly colored, very the music is complements the game very well.
Yeah.
It is $14.99 on Steam.
Serious boss fight, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's kind of a busy looking game. Like there's a lot of shit happening at once.
Yeah.
How did you find the difficulty?
Moderate to light difficulty. I don't think I died more than 2 or 3 times.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What
Copy
else?
Kitty is the name of that game.
Is this next game a furry game?
Oh yeah, it is.
What does it tell everyone that
Finally, we get to my game of the year contender with God of War. This I'm just gonna let it sit here and let you guys look at it.
I mean, they look
No
like
shame
very
in my game.
attractive.
There is
wolf
no shame
people.
in my game.
Look like very attractive wolf people.
Yeah, wolves, foxes, birds,
Yeah.
all kinds of anthropomorphs, or what do they call them?
Not Animorphs. That was a book from the 90s.
No. It's like anthro something.
Tobias was a great character, okay?
Anthropomorphon is like the furry convention I think they go to.
Yeah.
This game is called Amorous.
Anthropomorphic.
Yep. The game is called Amorous, Amorous. First, let me say, free, absolutely free. Costs $0,
All right.
$0.
Well, the price is right.
I played it for about 46 minutes, and it is basically it's a furry visual novel erotic dating simulator.
Go on.
Like there's nothing, I mean, that's it. I said everything that's in the game. But my favorite part was your character that you play is very customizable. Like you can pick between like 5 or 6 different animal types, and then you can just go to fucking town making your animal look awesome.
Can you intermix the animals?
No.
Oh.
Well, you can intermix in the game, but you can't, like, in character creation, you can't.
You answered
can't
both
have,
questions there. It was
a bird head and a
question
fox body.
Yeah, 2 in 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of reading. It's a visual novel with, choices and whatnot. Like I can go for a jog, relax and chill out. Wait, go a little bit further, just a tiny bit further, because I think you'll see my bird brother. There it is. Yep, right there. Yeah, dude. That's my brother. That's my stepbrother. That's my stepbrother, the bird.
I like the pink, the pink bulge. That's good.
Dude, he's got a pecker for sure. He's got quite a giant pecker.
Oh my god! What?
Oh
the
yeah. That's your
I'm surprised
stepbrother.
because looking at that bird, I wasn't expecting a giant black pecker like that. But that beak, I mean, is pretty
Yeah.
good on him. It looks pretty good.
God.
It's shiny too. But yeah, it's you talk to your stepbrother, and he's kind of promiscuous, and you give him shit about it, and then he says, "Why don't you never get out of the house? Why don't we go out to the club
Look at
tonight?"
that-
I'm like,
Look at that
like, yeah,
smug
let's go out to the
fucking
club.
face.
I haven't been to the club in a long time, and so we go to the club,
Yeah.
and then I proceed to hit on other animals at the club.
Great.
Free, remember, free game.
Download it now for free.
I like the art style. I thought.
No, I mean
it was
that.
very
Look,
well
that bird made
drawn.
me crack up. That's the
So,
funniest
Zeke,
shit I've seen.
with this game, did you get to an ending?
No, man, it's too wordy for me. I tried to skip past some of the dialogue, but that's all it is. It's just dialogue and like little still scenes like this with a little bit of movement. I didn't even bother trying to get to the end. Also, there's only, I mean, you can push the envelope only so far. Like even me, I'm like,
Sure.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see what else it has to offer, but. And
Man,
there
this
you go.
guy's just
Was that the
old.
last game? No, that wasn't the last game I played. There's one more.
Yeah, it wasn't. There's another. Who's
Wait,
this?
go.
I
That's
just
what
wanna
I'm
see
hitting
all,
on.
I'm trying to find this red guy,
You-
but he just
you go
won't
back
pop
a little
up.
Look at the poster in the back left.
Oh, here we go.
That's
Look at the
me.
poster.
Oh, this is you.
dude
Yeah,
jumped.
That's my character creation.
Yeah. I like that. There's also like a little kangaroo here. Like, what?
Man, my name is Carmen, and I'm hot.
Yeah.
I'm hot. I'm a hot fox.
I like that you can put in the hex. So they really let you cut. I mean, it's full customization. Every color of the rainbow here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Yeah, it is fucking hexadecimal goddamn color system.
It's crazy.
Any color you want. It's great.
Crazy.
Hairstyles, nails, tail, the whole thing.
Still same
Amorous.
game, oddly enough. How do you get to here?
It takes a right. It takes a real hard right.
Yeah. Just like that bird's
Let's see. Oh, this game is called Evil Cogs. And it starts off. I wasn't gonna play it for very long. It starts off kind of slow, but it gets a little more in depth and a little bit more atmospheric and fun.
We're
physics
buzzword
and
central
it's-
right now. What the fuck is this game?
It's physics and gravity to get through these levels. The meteor, TV meteor, bro. It's so weird, but it's so fun to talk to this guy. He kind of guides you along in this one level, and then you lose him, and then he's gone for a while, and then you find him safe and sound a little bit later in different levels. And it controls like Flappy Bird a little bit. It's just like float to the right or float to the left. And those are like the two controls you have. And then you have the slow down time or speed up time. mechanics at the bottom there that I never really needed to use. But a lot of it's gravity. Like a gravity will say, and you float to trying to miss those depth charges. You float kind of in between that, and you fall down. And I don't know, man. The ambience of it, the feeling of it was one of the coolest parts about it. You don't know, you're not quite sure what you're doing here or what you are. Like I mean, you're like a white sperm looking ghost thing, and it's just that you go through levels.
Huh? Is there music?
Yeah.
What a
It's
weird
good.
game.
Dark fairy tale game about a little beam of light. Explore the strange and mystic world.
What?
Yeah, $5. $5 on Steam. Evil Cogs is the name of it.
And it's
I
floaty?
didn't think I would like it when I started it, but then I started to kind of really like it. I played it for about an hour and it was totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Now, how do you go like mentally?
Oh, it's free on mobile? Okay, it's free on mobile then,
Oh,
I
there you
guess.
go. There you go.
Someone said. I don't know, that's hearsay and conjecture from chat, but
Gotcha. How do you
It is.
go from the furry game to this? Like, how do you? What's the mental process? Do you take a break or do you just load straight into this? Because that's a
do you
pretty like your mental process going from furry game to this. Is there any?
the during indie days,
Yeah.
the chat actually votes on what's next.
Oh, okay. I guess you get a little break. then.
So when I stop games, I take like 1 or 2 minutes, sometimes maybe like 3
You
minutes
gotta
if it's
decompress
time
after
for.
some of this shit.
Yeah, you need to really switch mental gears. when
Yeah,
you're
that's what
going
I'm
from
saying. Like this is stark.
furry dating sim
It's like a palate cleanser for your mind for this stuff.
Yeah. Some people
Yeah.
need more than 2 minutes after that furry game, but
Well, and it's like the games themselves are chat suggestions for the most part too.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the games I play have been suggested from chat. I will say Amorous was my suggestion. I threw that in the mix, but chat did vote for it to be played next.
there you go. Yeah. Chat knows what they like when they see it. One more time, people are asking what the name of this is.
Evil Cogs. EVIL.
Okay.
Evil Cox. No.
Cox.
2 words. 2 words. Evil Cogs, like cogs in a machine. And it's $5 on Steam. I liked it a lot. I think it's worth $5 for sure.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's 2 out of 5 indie days down
And now I'm done talking, guys. You guys go ahead.
from Indie Week. No, that was great. All those games were a wide spectrum. Let's just go with that. They covered a lot of ground there, and that pizza game looks pretty cool, to be honest. The whatever that was.
I bought 2 of those games, dude. That was great.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. We're pretty close to the end. We'll talk For Honor real quick. So I got probably for me the weirdest email was, "Hey, do you want to play For Honor for a sponsored stream?" And my initial reaction was like,
Did you email the right person?
well, it was one of just confusion. It was just like I stared at my phone. I was like, "Aaron, I just got an email to play For Honor," and she goes, "Didn't you hate that game?" It's like, yeah, I actually talked shit about that game in a sponsored stream for 2 hours, just without record. So sure enough, I ended up, I think Strippin was playing it like the day that I got the email. So I went and watched Strippin play for a little bit. It's like, it's only a 90-minute stream. I can't, like, I could play 90 minutes of any game if the price is right. So then I said, okay, sure, I'll do it. Started the stream, loaded up the game. Luckily, chat was very informed, much more than I am, about where For Honor is as a game in terms of how much they've updated it. That is we talk a lot about how Ubisoft supports their games. They support their games because For Honor was a night and day difference to what I played when that game first launched. The biggest change being dedicated servers. It made that game feel so much more snappy than it did when it first launched. There's also like, I don't know, chat, how many classes were there when it launched? Do you guys remember? Was there 6? 8, 9, something like that.
I want to say 6 or 8. There wasn't a lot though. How many are there now?
I know there were 6 new ones. I think there were 6, maybe even more. There's a lot of shit going on in that game. They all play very.
Oh, there were
different.
9. There you go. 3 per faction.
Okay.
9 at launch.
I'm trying to find the VOD from. Here we go. But yeah, I came out of this thing. I played this game off stream. I actually went back and played more For Honor, which I didn't expect to do. So I guess the people that paid me to play this game knew what the fuck they were doing. Because there was a little bit. I played it on the free weekend, and I said this during the stream. I was very open about my feelings on this game, and I actually checked with the people that did the sponsor stuff. It's like, if I don't like this game, I'm going to be very, here's the first time I played this game in VOD form. Like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. We know. Go play this game, see what you think. And so it was a free weekend. There was a lot of other bad players, which I think made it fun for me because I myself was also awful, but I was good enough to be a good bad player. The second that I got thrown into with the strippins of the world, I guess is what I'll say, I just got fucking demolished for like 30 minutes, just getting my shit pushed in the entire time. 0 amounts of fun. But the second one I was playing against bad. Also, this guy's really cheesy. He says McLaughlin or McCocken or something whenever he attacks. I spam that nonstop. Turns out that's all I do in this game is just spam the same ability once I actually get the hang of it. And apparently this is like the cheap character in the game. Because he has an unstaggerable thing. Or no, it's done to glass. That's what chat's spamming. I don't know. It sounds like Dun McCocken to me. Yeah, I don't know. I had fun. Like, I don't know. I think this is still $15 or it was pretty cheap. It's been marked down.
So when did you do the sponsor stream?
Let me check the bot time. Hold on. I think it was May the 4th, so 2 weeks. It was a Friday, 2 weeks.
You
ago.
enjoyed it and played it more after the sponsored stream?
Yes, I went back and played it that weekend on like Sunday night. I had an hour to kill and I jumped back into it.
And then what?
I haven't played it since. But
Are you done?
I jumped into Pillars. I think the other thing is I play this game by myself. A lot of the other streams, like when streamers play this, they play it together. It just seems more fun with friends. But like if Strippin invited me to play For Honor, I'd probably play. There's very little people playing this game on Twitch. And so it was actually like a lot of people joined the stream and they're like, hey, why are you playing this game again? Like what's new? What's different? They were very interested in checking it out. So that was kind of cool to see. And then there was just a lot of people like, why are you playing this fucking game? This game's a year old. It's awful, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it wasn't bad. This guy, here, oh shit, I'm not showing the game. This guy absolutely demolished me. Just
little quick
me.
shout out while we're here. The Senate just voted to protect net neutrality.
Really?
Yep. But it goes to the House now, and the president has to sign it.
Yep.
Still got a ways to go if you're into that.
Yeah.
But
I've been following.
It passed the Senate.
I stopped following it when I started talking, so I knew we were close.
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No,
Dave.
no. That's worth interrupting. That's more than look. I got paid to play this game. That's more important. That's. I got goosebumps when he said that. So it's good to hear. Thank God for that shit. We'll see if it continues on.
Like the
down path.
ACLU tweet says, "Oh, the work isn't over. Time to take the vote to the House."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
When is that vote? Is that this summer?
doesn't have a date on it right now.
Okay.
I see.
Ooh. Anyways. Yeah, thank Christ. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. And you got to remember that I was sponsored to play this. That doesn't impact too much. I'm pretty open to saying whatever the fuck I want about the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we can safely say from your first sponsored experience,
Yeah.
like if you have to warn them what they're getting into,
Yeah.
I think you can safely assume that you're gonna speak your mind.
Yeah. But I was into it, man. I don't know. And Zeke, I didn't play the shield guy from the first time. I didn't go back to the old shieldy.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I played this guy, and then there's like a shinobi type guy who's pretty cool, and there's also a dual wielding sword Japanese guy with like a Raiden hat who was pretty fucking cool.
Just slaughtered that dude.
Yeah, I just chopped that motherfucker's head off. It feels good, man. That felt real good. Because I was just a complete fucking idiot when I played this game. Yeah. So yeah, that's For Honor. That was a weird thing. I never in my wildest dreams would think that, one, I would go back and play this, and two, I would be sponsored to do so. But I guess there's money out there.
I can't fucking believe they picked you of all fucking people. That just
if
it's
I'm
awesome.
sitting here talking positive things about the game when I hated it as much as I did the first time around,
Yeah.
someone did a good job. Is all I'm concerned.
Could you
So,
really
since-
nail down what made you feel it was better? Was like the net code a lot better?
I think it was the
it
connectivity.
feel better?
I think it was the connectivity. Yeah. It just felt more responsive.
That was the biggest issue, man. That was the biggest issue.
Yeah. And the other thing too is they put in a full training mode. I didn't show that off on stream too much, which is kind of funny because that was one of the things they really wanted to like show was the training mode they put into the game. But they tell you how to play the game this time around. You're not just kind of, unless you just jump into multiplayer, you're not just thrown into the wolves completely fucking lost, which happens. I die here, by the way. Spoilers.
I was gonna say you're playing like you really know what you're doing.
No, I have no idea. I was into it though because like, hey, I killed one guy. That felt pretty good. Right around here is where I start getting just absolutely destroyed. So it's not that fun, or not that fun to watch. And then in the last 5 minutes, have you guys heard of a game called Tricky Towers? Have you heard of
I
this
saw
game?
Lear
No.
playing.
We need to.
I've heard of Ricky Tikki Tavi.
We need to play this game. As a
What is it?
let me pull up the VOD real quick. This is it's pretty good game. Keep in
I've heard
mind,
of Faulty Tower.
keep in mind, I'm playing with people that have about 20 to 30 hours in, so I never won a single game. I think the best I got was second when we were playing with the four of them. So, at its base, it's Tetris. After that, it's not Tetris at all. So take everything you know about Tetris, put it in a box, throw that fucking box away, but keep the rules a little bit. Keep the pieces, I guess is what you should say. So like for the example, this right here, the goal is to build as much with as many pieces without going above that line. And whoever does that wins.
Oh, okay.
And you get certain spells, things like that happen. Shorty's on the far right. I'm the third slot. I lose every fucking time.
Can you make the
second.
pieces go faster?
Yeah, you can slam them down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also nudge them left and right. So a lot of those pieces at the bottom there are like nudged at the last second to fit the piece in, so it'll stay and support it.
Can you go and fuck with the other person's pile?
Not with the pieces, but you get spells that do fuck with other people.
Okay.
Things that like make the pieces giant fucking enormous, or things that
You have to balance it?
There's physics, and there are maps with wind, and they fucking suck because you'll get a tower built, and the wind just blows it over, and it says, "Go fuck yourself."
Wow, you do suck compared to everybody else.
Oh, I was awful. And it was funny too because we were playing, and I used push to talk on Discord. I don't have an open mic, and so everyone in chat was like, "Why is JP not talking at all? Is he like really upset that he's playing this game and bad?" It's like, no, I just can't talk. So what is it? This one you have to use is all of your pieces as fast as possible. With a heart is a piece fallen off. So if a piece falls off, or you knock a piece off, etc., you lose a heart. You have 3 hearts. And the goal here is to use all the pieces at the top as fast as possible. Everyone has the same pieces here.
You went up. You're the third over.
Yeah.
Third from the right.
Yeah.
So you went up past the line, and then a piece got vines around it. And
Yeah, that was a spell. So this one you build as tall as possible.
Oh, boy, everything's falling down, JP. Oh.
Soon, yeah.
Maybe he's actually doing pretty well on this one, right? Oh no, you're trying to use them all.
Yeah. So again, Waffle's about to win because he just starts slamming pieces here at the end. Right? So he finished first. Even if it falls, he's fine. I think he's fine there. I think
This is like Tetris Party.
Yeah.
It's like mini games involving Tetris. That's so cool.
It's really cool. It's really
looks like a lot of fun.
This is where the game
Yeah.
actually bugged out. That sucks that I pulled that scene up specifically.
$14.99 on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, is it worth $15, JP?
It's been out for 2 years.
It's been up for a while. I don't know why we just started. They were like, "Hey, you want to play Tricky Towers?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's Tetris." This is how I got introduced. Oh yeah, it's just Tetris. So I was like, "Oh okay, I've played Tetris before. Let's play some Tetris." And then they're like, "By the way, it's nothing like Tetris. You're not just supposed to build up." But yeah,
We need to start collecting a list of games like this for Drop Frames game. And we can just do like a bunch of these
look at the
party
win.
games.
This game, this fucking sucks so bad. I'm in 4th position this time around. Shorty's in 3rd. See how the wind just blows your pieces off though? If they get too
that's
high.
not fair.
Yeah. It's the wind levels are just fucking so awful and bad.
I definitely play this with you for sure.
It's like Mario Kart levels of triggering though, Zeke. Because you're like talking shit to each other the entire time.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, this game
Don't
doesn't have any drifting in it, right? So I'm cool.
Right. There's no drifting. Yeah. It's good though. We should definitely add this to like a variety DFG game day.
Yeah.
Because it got super competitive for sure. It's a good one. It's called Tricky Towers on Steam, like Zeke said, $14.99 for sure. Well, cool. That's it. We're done.
Since we only have like 1 minute left, did you guys do the Laurel Yanni thing?
I did not. I saw that last night on Twitter, and I was like, "What the fuck is everyone tweeting about?" And then I saw that it was like a sound frequency thing, and then I just didn't follow it up. Did you?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Do you want to
What
give
are
your
talking
stance, Zeke? Your case?
No, it's not a case. I don't get like it's like that dress. Is this dress this color or is it this color?
Right.
Like people perceive different things or whatever.
Right.
But I always hear Yanni. Like every time I press the button, it's Yanni.
Okay.
I never hear Laurel.
Gotcha.
What are you guys talking about?
It's like this.
No,
weird
it's
thing
a
that popped
sound.
up on
It's a
Twitter.
sound thing. Okay, do you remember the dress thing from years ago? Like, is this dress gold and black, or is this dress red and blue, or whatever the fucking colors were? It's a similar thing, but with sound. You hit this. I mean, like honestly, if you just look up Laurel Yanni, Yanni, or Yanny or whatever, you press the button and it'll play a sound for you. And for some people, it sounds like Yanni, and for some people, it sounds like Laurel. It's just it's a perception thing. Like I hear Yanni every time. There are people who hear Laurel every time.
Yeah, it's based on a frequency at which you hear, I think is what it is.
Yeah. It's just a dumb little like ear test thing. Like, what do you hear?
Yeah.
I hear Laurel.
Wait, play it loud enough so we can hear it.
Laurel.
I'm hearing.
Now that's Laurel.
That's Laurel. That's straight up Laurel.
But that's
Okay,
funny. That's
so
Laurel.
where's the real one? So I know which one to actually look at. Is there like a URL with this or something? Oh wait, I should probably turn my speakers back up.
It also depends on your speakers, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah. The reason we heard Laurel is because the frequency of those speakers is the same probably across the board. That's why everyone was hearing it differently. I think it's because it depends on the device that it's being played on, and also the frequency that you actually hear as a person.
Oh, it's absolutely for sure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Let me see if this is the same one. Yeah, I'm playing it on 2 different things now, and it's just straight up Laurel for me.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's creepy.
No, last night I listened to it and it was Yanni the whole way.
These are the hard-hitting opinions and facts you can count drop frames or count on drop frames for. You know, let's do some shout-outs. Zeke, start us off. Mr. Yanni.
What up, everybody? Ezekiel the 30th. Thank you to Co and JP for being fucking awesome hosts and stuff like that. You can catch me mostly at noon Pacific every day doing different weird games. I'm doing Star Trek Borg today. I'm going to be playing that in about, you know what? Let's just say half an hour. We'll start that up in a half an hour. If you guys want to check out some old 1997 full motion video action, if we can get it to work. I mean, it's going to look blurry because the resolution is just shit because it was built for a CRT like back in the day. So it might look blurry, but we're going to play it no matter what. So let's just get through it to about half an hour. Star Trek Borg with John Delancey as Q. It's going to be fun. And then after that, I don't fucking know what I'm playing. No idea. But thank you. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. All Ezekiel_I.
Good stuff. Mr. Co Carnage, some shout outs.
And do. Well, as always, a big thank you to JP and Zeke. Love these shows where we just get to hang out a little bit. Over here. Okay, there we go. My name is Co Carnage. You can find me every single day at 8 a.m. EDT over on my channel, which is what all that is. And currently playing State of Decay. Tomorrow's kind of a big day because we're starting with State of Decay 2. And then in the afternoon, we're finishing Battletech. And then we might also be finishing Pillars of Eternity 2. We've got a lot on plate tomorrow. And then we're going to be doing more State of Decay and more fun and games coming down the pipeline. So anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching, and see you next week.
Good stuff. Don't forget, Drop Frames will once again be covering E3 this year. We're joined by Rami Ismail, everyone's favorite. Dodger's going to be there. Admiral Baru, probably some other people as well. Like I said, in the middle of the show, those are the full times and dates. If you missed that stuff, we'll be tweeting this out as well in the near future. So that's it for Drop Frames.
I should be down there.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rami's actually
the
there as
coverage
well.
page.
If you want to just like crash his room and say hi.
You should.
Crash his room and get high. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And
All right.
say hi. What? Yes.
Oh,
Both.
say hi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Little column A, little column B.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, he's going to be, instead of going, he usually goes to the conference himself, but he said he'd rather be on the show with us and talk about it because he's never done that before.
Oh, to ask a question, what, because I saw two people ask this, what day is CDPR on that list? We don't know yet.
We don't know.
CDPR is going to be at E3. They're doing their own thing that's not related to showcases, and they might be in a showcase, but we don't know which one yet.
Exactly.
We don't know which one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So cool. That's it for Drop Frames. We'll see you guys next week. We'll let you guys know if there's a guest. Right now, though, we're going to be starting up Far Verona, so stick around. Probably about 10 minutes. We'll be live with that. Thanks for the show again. I like doing, we always say this, but I like doing 3-man shows, especially when there's not a guest that I just have to bore when we talk about Pillars of Eternity. That's really why there's no guest this week, because Zeke was enough. One person was enough to bore out of their mind on the show. So
Well, I
get
mean,
someone
hey,
else.
I just returned the favor with Indie Sundays.
Yeah, but I'm into that. So I like
Okay.
hearing about all this games.
We Drop Frames, a show where we just don't bore each other.
Yeah.
You get to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, chat notices. I mean, they say I look angry or bored, or you do, or JP does.
yeah,
It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone was like, is Zeke going to add in? I was like, I mean, he's open mic. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, he didn't mute me.
Yeah, he wasn't in
I just have
timeout.
nothing to say about Pillars of Eternity.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. We'll see you guys next week for more Drop Frames. We're out. Have a good night. Bye-bye.